Hello,
Oh,
Norman.
hey there, Oscar. Didn't see you there. Didn't hear you come in. Greetings and welcome to Ask That Guy with No Glasses. Oh, the music, right. Dum 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 dum. I I don't know where else I was going with that bit. I'm just being myself.
Yes, and it really should be the guy. Ask the guy with the mustache,
But I don't have a mustache.
but I do.
I mean, I had a mustache like a couple days ago, and then I shaved it off.
Coward.
Dude, growing a mustache and beard, it fucking itches. I'm not okay with it. I'm just not okay with it. I think I look better with a little bit of facial hair, but at the same time, I don't like having it.
Wimp.
Excuse me? Don't make me come over there. Well, I'm coming over there anyways at some
Exactly.
point, but
Yeah.
that's beside the point. So,
Oh,
anyway, so we were just talking before the podcast about Samara Weaving,
yes.
who is a scream queen. Um, can your computer pick up like any like I don't know if it can pick up like audio from a YouTube video, can it? Like the OBS?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna have you look up her scream actually, like see if you could find it from one of her movies. She did a talk show too, but that's not quite the scream that she does in the movies. The one she does in the movies is like, damn.
Right.
She is a scream queen. Oh, whoa. I just now noticed the nose ring she's wearing in this. That is very well hidden, thanks to the
Hmm.
lighting. I could barely tell that was there. Alright. Also, she's very good at wearing heart-shaped glasses, too, for some reason. They just work.
Sonora Weaving.
Samara.
Samara.
S-A... Yeah. Hang on, let me, yeah, I'll even type it in the chat so you get the spelling right. S-A-M-A-R-A Weaving. Elrond's niece. Agent Smith's niece. That one dude that played Red Skull, his niece.
Yeah, here's a bit from a Late Late Show with James Corden.
Yeah, that she did it was a decent scream, but it wasn't quite her signature scream. It was
Yeah.
good though. I mean, she scared the shit out of the host too when she did it because the
Yeah.
timing was so unexpected, and then she just ah. So,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
And I'm not like sadistic like that at all. Like I don't like seeing people like in pain or being tortured or anything like that, but she has an amazing scream. So,
Yeah, I'll definitely find a clip and listen to it after the podcast because
I
I'm
think I don't know if hang on. I think Samara Weaving. No, not Weaving. Scream. Hide and seek. Yep. Where? Oh, there's a Scream supercut of. Oh, Ready or Not. That's the name of the movie. Ready or Not. Excuse me.
oh,
Yeah, but let's see. Um. You can,
Um,
you can't
yeah,
hear any of that, can you?
not really, no.
Okay, so
No.
that's all just playing in my ears.
Yeah.
But there is a yeah, there's a Scream supercut of her, and it's great.
Okay. Just send the link over to me and I'll listen to it and
All right, hang on. Yeah. Copy. Maybe it can pick up the audio. Hopefully. If not, then whatever. We're just doing this for fun anyway, right?
exactly. Um
Okay, there it is.
yeah. It'll take me some time to actually have to change up the settings in OBS so I could play sound clips and have them appear.
Mm-hmm.
So
By the way, for her role on Guns Akimbo, she plays as this totally psychotic chick named Nyx, right?
yeah.
And Nyx is just like she somehow looks even more terrifying than Agent Smith. And like Agent Smith is like evil and terrifying, like yeah, but she somehow like even in a one of like these like casual photos taken of her during production and stuff, if you just look at her, she scared the crap out of people in her costume because she had to like go off set sometimes to go to the store,
Oh
and
yeah.
she ended up scaring the shit out of people because she has tattoos on her neck and face. She's got like the teeth
Mhm.
right there, the
Yeah.
fangs.
Yep.
Her eyebrows are dyed blonde for some reason. Like she just looks nuts. Like the tattoo on her neck says, "If you can see this, you're too close." And then she's wearing this leather studded jacket on top of it. Hold on, I got another picture. Give me a sec. She's got this like crazy leather studded jacket, like right here. Here's her outfit. Look at this shit.
That's nut. That's awesome.
I
That's
know, right? And yeah, that's in the movie Guns Akimbo, and she stars alongside Daniel Radcliffe. Okay, so basically it's Harry Potter with guns. It's the Harry Potter with guns that you've always wanted. In fact, you wanted them so bad that they're actually the guns themselves, the pistols, are against the character's will. His character's will. They're actually pretty much nailed onto his hands.
oh
So he has these pistols nailed on his hands, and then he has to go to the bathroom. And then he has to open a door. And then he has to change into pants because he's in nothing but a bathrobe, his underwear and slippers. And they're like animal paw slippers too. So like just to add insult to injury, when he tries to go to the police thinks he's trying to pull guns on them. And he's
yeah.
like, "No." Highly recommend that movie. All
Okay.
while all while Nyx here, the one that Samara Weaving plays, is trying to kill him.
Right.
And judging by the way she looks, she's not somebody you want to fuck with.
No.
So, all right,
Well,
is that video queued up yet, or?
um, let me see. Let me see. Um, Jets. There we go.
She's an amazing actress, by the way. That's another thing. Her acting, like if you want to pick an actress that actually has the strong female character rolled down, that's her. She
Right.
actually does. She does it, and she does it very, very well, which is surprising in this day and age with all the Captain Marvels. Ugh. You know,
yeah.
Disney just can't do it.
Nope.
No, they just can't. They cannot do that strong female character these days. They just no.
No, they can't. The
They
the
suck at
closest.
it.
Yes, the closest one that they had was their last fully animated movie, which was The Princess and the Frog.
Hmm.
That was the closest that they got for the that you know
And making fun of the
strong thing.
male Yeah,
Yeah.
and making fun of the side male character all the time is not how you make a strong female character.
No.
Fuck
No.
off with that shit. I hate
No.
that. It's like okay, examples of strong female characters in other films. You have Ellen Ripley, which is played by Sigourney Weaver. Badass seal of approval right there. You
Yes.
have Sarah Connor, played by Linda Hamilton. Another badass seal of approval.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Exactly.
that's what you want
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, and kind of tagging back to the whole Princess, the Disney and Princess and the Frog. There is rumors that Disney's going to do a remake of that movie.
Oh boy.
I
I can't wait.
I am getting so tired of them messing up doing remakes of their classic animated movies.
But Floppies, they need
screwed up
easy
with
money.
They screwed up on every single one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they still try to make a live action adaptation.
Adaptation, yeah.
The only one that I saw of a remake was Aladdin, and that was the most passable.
Which was
still bad.
Yeah.
Which was still bad. You know.
All right. Still don't have that video queued up, or?
I have it up, but.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Oh
no, go ahead and play it.
All right.
Or try to, anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck. Play.
You little
fucker! Yeah?
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah? Good? Is that good or what?
Good 30 seconds of that. Oh.
She's good, isn't she?
I landed on with the end of her yelling out, "What is wrong with you, fucker?"
You dick licking yeah. And then she's just like screaming like
35 seconds into the video. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good scream, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Yeah. I almost didn't want to actually watch the clips because I just, even if I know that the violence is fake and everything is staged, it looks too real sometimes.
Yeah, that I will say that, like, the movies that she's in,
that's why I like B-rated.
It's pretty crazy.
That's why I love B-rated horror movies, because they look so fake, but they don't sink millions of dollars to make something look real. They just make up prop blood with olive oil and food dye and call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the movies that she's in, I wouldn't go so far as to call them B-rated even, because they're very good.
No, they spend like hundreds of or thousands of dollars, for makeup and stuff like that in those movies.
Yeah. So I mean, you can tell the movies she's in that she is in, they have a good budget. You can tell.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a wonder I haven't.
They're no trauma films.
No. Garbage Day. Oh God, I was watching some of that like recently too. Just that scene, Garbage Day. Boom. that laugh he does. He's like so insane. What was it?
Yes.
Oh wait, Violent Night or something?
Violent Night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Silent Night, Deadly Night, or something
Silent
like.
Night. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
those movies are those movies are fucked.
Yeah. Those
And
trauma movies are just the best of
wasn't there one? Wasn't there a trailer we watched?
although Velociraptor.
Velocipaster, you mean?
Velocipaster, yes.
Yeah, that was just ridiculous. That was
That's a ridiculous movie, and
that was so
you,
stupid.
and it's a free movie to watch on YouTube.
It was so
And it was fully a passion project.
it's so stupid too.
Yes.
Like the whole movie is so fucking stupid. Like,
But
oh
it's stupidly entertaining, and
yeah, like, oh, oh look, wait a minute. Uh, I go to look up Samara Weaving Scream Supercut, and the first recommendation they give me is a full movie of Hereditary. No thanks. Fuck off. I don't even like scary movies.
not,
I wouldn't consider the movies that she's in scary movies, um, as much as they're more black comedies.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
they're dark comedies.
Yeah.
So, oh, and villagers react to Lord of the Rings: Two Towers.
Okay.
I bet they loved it. Well, according to the comments section that I read from like the first video they did, they actually loved the Fellowship of the Ring, and I think it was like the chief or something. He was even like, I felt like I was swept away to another world, and it's like, yes, that's how you know they actually did it right.
Yeah, exactly.
They told the story correctly.
Yeah. Oh, and going on the doing things correctly. The final season of The Witcher for Netflix. P- People who have watched it or started watching it are saying like this is the most true to form to the original Witcher novels
All
throughout the
right.
entire series. So I can't wait for that to come out and for me to start watching the final series because uh
Yeah.
but
So,
that actor who plays the Witcher, I mean he was born to play that role.
he also just loves video games.
Yeah.
Like I think the reason that he works out and he does all that acting is just so that after all that he could just sit and play video games. Like that's all he wants to do. And you know what? All power to him. That's
Yeah.
great.
That's
Speaking oh,
that's that's kind of my dream. Do what I love and then play video games afterwards.
yeah. So, speaking of video games, I know there's a lot of hype for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Uh, but you want to know what I'm hyped about video game wise?
But
Like, not enough people give credit to the Zelda CDI games. They make excellent YouTube poops.
yes, they do.
Also, did you ever see Angry Joe's review of Gollum?
It must have recently come out, and I haven't, but
Okay,
I will.
he hasn't given a 1 out of 10 in about 6 or 7 years until now. Gollum got a 1 out of 10.
Well, good.
He was so mad. Like he was so fucking pissed, and the video that he showed is hilarious. There is something about Angry Joe's reviews where his reviews of bad games are way more entertaining than his
Yes,
reviews of good games.
exactly. Bad games are more entertaining to shit on than good
Yeah.
games.
And he tore Gollum apart. Like, and the review came late too, but you know what? I mean, the thing is, Angry Joe and his friends, I don't know if I said this in the last podcast or maybe I said it to my friend Jeff or something, but he played through the entire game, him and his friends.
Right.
They would argue amongst each other over who was going to play next, not because any of them wanted to play, but because nobody wanted to play.
No,
I'm not joking. They have it on video. They were yelling at each other and arguing. Like they're like, "Nah, dude, I did this many chapters. It's your turn."
yeah.
Like it was tearing them apart. It's that bad. Nobody wanted to play this piece of shit. It
Oh
was a
man.
I I think he's only given maybe 3 other 1s out of 10s. I remember Mind Jack, Sonic Freeriders, and Ride to Hell Retribution. I don't know if he ever gave out any other 1 out of 10s
Right.
until now. It's
Yeah.
like
And I think
Gollum.
and
Oh,
even all those games
mm-hmm.
are still better than s- seems
Better
to
than Gollum.
better than Gollum after this because them them arguing and fighting of trying not to play the game
Yeah,
is I mean that's
that's
just par for the course there.
yeah. That the I would rather play Ride to Hell because at least I could laugh at the fly off to the right and explode. Fly off
Off
to the
to
right and explode. Fly off to the right and explode.
yes,
For no reason.
and the yes, and the all clothing on sex scenes.
Yes. Oh, don't forget when you pull up the pause menu, there's no music. It's just awkward silence.
Yes.
Everything's just awkward silence. There's no redeeming qualities
Yes.
in that game either. We would
Yeah.
probably argue amongst each other over who's going to play next if we were forced to play it. I don't know. Uh,
oh, so uh where the hell have we going with this? Any other topics that we want to talk about? Let's see. We talked about Gollum. We talked about Disney.
huh?
Okay, we can go back to Disney remakes. Let's go back there.
Hey, do you want to watch The Little Mermaid?
Yeah, no.
No, I'm talking about the original, dude.
Oh yes, the original. Yes.
Okay, so you want to hear a very intimate story that I don't tell a lot of people, like at all. I hardly anybody knows about this. I think maybe my dad knows, and I know my buddy Jeff knows,
Right.
but nobody else. Okay, so my very first crush that I ever had in my life, period. Like I must have been like 5 or 6 years old. Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
I think that goes without saying for a lot of our generation. Our first crushes was Ariel.
Yeah, I mean
Jasmine and Ariel. Yeah.
Jasmine from Aladdin and Ariel.
Uh
Like they showed enough skin. I'm sorry.
huh.
Like
yes.
it, and even though our minds couldn't wrap our heads around the fact of why,
Of
we
why
just
we
yeah
just did.
yeah it that it's such a weird time too. Like you don't know why you like it so much, but you just want to be around it. Like and you want to touch, but you don't know what to do. You know what I mean?
God, I must have been like 7 years old when The Little Mermaid came out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it was 96, right? Was it
96.
9?
Yeah, so yeah,
Okay, so I was about 6 years old
and
then.
I was 7. Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm looking it up now just to be sure. The Little Mermaid, 1989 film. Oh, so wait a minute.
but
It says 1989 film. Let me
hold
hold
up,
up.
hold up.
Okay,
That
Disney's animated film is a 1989 Yep, 1989, dude. I thought it was
then
96 though. What the
probably
hell?
finally came. Oh yeah,
It probably came out on home video in 96.
probably. But still,
Yeah.
that's a long time if between theatrical release and then home movie.
Yeah. I mean, not even gonna lie, still attractive to my eyes.
The
Even the
art, the
cartoon.
artwork is the
It's
artwork is ageless.
yeah, it's the beauty is it is timeless.
It's
Yes, you're right.
timeless. It's yeah,
I
almost
mean,
practically
look,
every yeah, practically every movie of that decade
hmm
is ageless. I don't sure there's some inconsistencies and stuff like that, but like Aladdin. I mean,
yeah,
stuff like practically a lot of those movies back then would probably not be, would not be
made
acceptable
today.
acceptable for today. Definitely, yeah.
Well,
But
I mean, let's break down the artwork of Ariel here. I pulled up a picture now, and I'll even let me see if I can I'm gonna go on to Skype here, and I'm gonna save it on my computer and then send it to you.
yeah,
So I pulled up a picture here. Come on, there we go. All right, so let's break down this artwork here. All right, you have. I'm just breaking down like okay, so you have her long flowing red hair.
yep.
You got her
Long film.
big blue eyes with red lipstick on. You have her clam bikini top.
Yes.
You got her navel showing,
Showing.
and
Yeah.
even though she has the whole fish bottom and stuff, it still shows it's still curvaceous as hell.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's like my little kid brain couldn't handle it. It was just on the fritz, and that's where my very first crush ever came from. I could not take my eyes off her. I wanted to pause the movie, but then if I paused the movie, it would just be a blue screen, and then it would say stop because the damn VCR couldn't hold the picture. You know what I'm talking about.
The pause will go straight to blue screen
Yeah,
for
for
you.
me.
Yeah.
Like well, I think I didn't understand pause, so I would hit stop. Like I tried,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and then it would just be like blue screen, and it's like, damn it!
Yeah.
In
You
my
didn't understand the
yeah, the intricacies
intricacies
of
of a pause play pause button.
yeah, which I could segue that into another story because I didn't understand a lot of grammar growing up. And so when I was 7 years old, I didn't know what the word buy meant as in to purchase. And you've heard this story before. You know where this is going, right? You know where this is
I
going.
think I know where this is going.
So I'm 7 years old, and I turn to channel 50, and it's like, do you want to purchase this or whatever buy? And I thought buy meant yes, as in like, do you want to watch this? So I just kept hitting buy over and over again. And I had to like sneak in the middle of the night to watch these movies that I was purchasing because these movies were of a very sexual nature. Um, so sexual, in fact, that a kid of my brain definitely cannot process what the fuck is happening on the screen. But I liked it anyway. you know.
Right.
Then my parents got the bill,
Oh no.
and it was several $100s,
Oh
which
shit.
which which in 1997, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. Couple $100 in '97. That's a lot of. That was a lot. That
Yeah,
was a
if you
lot.
adjust for inflation and stuff like that, that's a good chunk of change.
That's a.
That's several grocery carts full at the time. And I mean, they had to eat it. You know, they paid it, but they were like, okay, we can't have that happen anymore. And so yeah, they were mad. And then it's funny because later on they came out with Skinamax anyways. So like they'd have the softcore porns playing late at night, and we had
Yeah.
satellite TV. And even though my parents knew what was going on and stuff, and they were frustrated with me, it didn't stop my teenage brain from being like, me like porn, me watch now. And I'd be sitting in the living room and I'd be trying to hide my erection and stuff because the family room is within full view
You. Oh no.
downstairs,
Yeah.
and so I had to like hide what I was doing and turn the volume down and everything. Um, and my parents would be looking up at me like, "What is he doing?" And I would be sitting there watching Alabama Jones and the Busty Crusade, and yeah, growing up was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I had the pleasantries of having a small TV in my bedroom when
Oh, you're
when I
lucky.
when I was when we moved here and I was in yeah junior high young high school, and of course we only had like a step above basic cable, so we didn't have Cinemax or HBO and stuff. We would have those
Mm-hmm.
trials every now and then, but
Uh-huh.
as
All
trials.
right.
But that's it. But um, I mostly watched the old Howard Stern late at late on night on Friday and Saturday nights.
Oh yeah.
Staying up till midnight watching Howard Stern and the Man Show on
Man show.
the Man Show. That's a show that was hosted by Adam Carolla, Jimmy Kimmel, who they
Okay.
will never talk. They will never talk about that show again.
Oh.
They will never talk about that show because that show did not age well.
Oh God.
It's a it's a absolute shit show. The first and I mean this first season alone, it would have just gotten canceled immediately on the first episode. It would have been canceled by
Was
today's
it like a
standard.
okay, by today's standard? Was
By
it a good show or was it a bad show?
It was a poor taste show.
Okay. So it was a bad show,
It was a
but
bad show.
you were entertained by it growing up.
Yeah, it was a dumb show that, yeah,
All right. So
you can still find it online. Still find the whole series online. However, the two of them will not speak of the show ever again.
mm,
And it's and one of the reasons why that the two of them hardly do any show together anymore is
oh,
because of how bad that show is today. Would have
wow.
been today. It was, yeah. And in fact, by the third season, they
Mhm.
wanted the show off the air.
Oh
They
man.
were tired of the show after at the beginning of the third season. They just wanted it off air.
Mhm.
So, you know,
Yeah. Well,
because yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
yeah.
If it was that bad and stuff. But yeah, for me it was yeah, I don't know, like but going back like
And then there was, but of course, and then my first hostess crush that I had though
uh-huh.
was Brooke Burke on Wild on E.
Hmm.
Brooke Burke.
I remember having crushes on the actresses from Animorphs, and I don't even remember who they are anymore. But I just
Yeah.
remembered they looked beautiful, and I wanted pictures of them. Like, uh, and that was elementary school. Like, there's something I don't know how. I really don't know how to describe it. Like, this is something a lot of people aren't comfortable talking about because of today's climate and stuff like that. But let's talk about it anyways. Like, trying to grasp sexuality, right? In
Yeah.
your prepubescent brain. It's weird, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Like, you want something. You want something. But you don't exactly
Simply
know
no.
what it
It's
is.
nope.
Like, you want to be around a person for some reason. You want to sit there and admire them and touch them and stuff like that. Like, I remember just wanting to like touch and be very intimate, and I remember that was all I wanted to do.
Hmm.
And even like kiss and stuff like that. Like, growing up, like even that young, like there were even adults and stuff, and I was just like, I was just like it would just be awesome. Like, I had a stepsister,
Right.
and she had this friend of hers, and I never saw her again.
Oh.
And I'm sad about this. Her friend even let me keep like a lock of her hair for some reason, which is very sweet. Like, she had this, like, I think her I think her name was Nicole. I can't remember, but she was just this gorgeous, like, in her 20s blonde chick with this long, straight blonde hair, and I had a massive crush on her. And
Yeah.
I'm still in my single digits and stuff, and she gave me like a lock of her hair. I accidentally lost it too, because being a kid,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
wish that I hadn't at the time. And I never saw her again, but the memory, even to this day, I'm about to turn 33, and even to this day, the memory of that is still stuck in my head. Like, I wish I could have like sat on her lap and just touched her face, or like, just, I wanted to be intimate, but I didn't know how to express
Right. Yeah.
the way that the way that adults do. I didn't know that. I just wanted to like touch and kiss and admire.
Yeah.
And
There was there was a time. So I was hanging out with a friend, neighbor friend of mine, and he had a much an older sister, right? And she was probably like 17, 18, probably 17 at the time.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, me and my friend were just hanging out and watching movies together
Yeah.
in the front living room. His parents, both the parents were gone, and so it was just the me, him, and his sister.
Mm-hmm.
And his sister evidently tried to sneak out of the bathroom in a towel, wearing just wearing a towel. Just got out of the shower,
Uh-huh.
and she was trying to sneak out of the bathroom in just a towel. And of course, my ears. I'm really good at hearing my surroundings
Well, yeah,
because
when
I
when you
grew up in the mountains. So you kind of had to learn to listen.
mm-hmm.
So I hear the door slowly creaking open, and I look around behind me, and there she is, trying to keep herself, covering herself in the bath in the towel, and just trying to walk to her bedroom.
And that stuck with you, didn't it?
That stuck with me. So I didn't get to see anything of her because she was fully covered. But
Mm-hmm.
the
The implied nudity,
the
right?
implied nudity was just like she was just like
It was it. It's honestly overwhelming and stuff too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's like
And I was
it's like I said, that Nicole. I'm gonna call her Nicole because I think that was her name.
yeah,
It's like, Nicole. I knew she was leaving. I don't remember where. I didn't quite grasp where she was going, but I knew she was leaving. I remember almost crying too.
Right. Yeah.
And she left, and it was like there was even kind of an implication that she might not come back, and I kind of grasped that a little bit, which made, and I remember my heart ached because it was like losing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It was like losing someone. Yeah, it just. I grew up an only child too,
Yeah.
um, and so, and I think that worsens it a bit. Like when you don't have brothers and sisters,
Oh, well,
you
it's
know.
even worse when you're only kid and homeschooled.
Oh, oh, geez, yeah. So in your case, that's even worse.
Yeah. Yeah. So the only times I actually got to hang out with friends, but before we moved, was being a part of the being a part of the Cub Scouts.
Hmm.
Which after we moved, I wasn't really ever interested in continuing being in the
Yeah.
Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts,
Hmm.
and I remember my dad used to be the scout leader,
Hmm.
but up until my Weebelo
Weebelo.
year, yeah, yeah,
Uh.
it's the final stage before you become a Boy Scout. So
Okay.
it was Cub Scout, and then you were Weebelo, which
Okay.
is like yeah, which is like the transition from Cub Scout to Boy Scout.
Hmm.
So, um, but my dad just finally said he was tired being a scout leader and didn't really understand why.
Hmm.
Didn't know why. And it wasn't until like years down the road that I stumbled across this show called Penn and Teller's Bullshit
Mm.
on that was on on Showtime.
Uh-huh.
Great show, by the way. Penn and Teller's Bullshit is awesome to watch. But there was an episode about how the church that was funding the Boy Scouts or something like that at the time, they were fully against gay gay and homosexual rights. I mean,
Hmm.
fully against. Uh, they were denying kids from becoming Boy Scouts if they were bi or gay or whatever.
Uh-huh.
They were taking away people's eagles
Oh.
after they come their eagle status after they come out.
Hmm.
They were taking those away, and yeah, and so I think that
What?
was part partially the reason why my dad decided to quit the being associated with the Scouts.
Huh.
It's not,
Did did he know about you at all, or?
no, no, no. This was the reason why he was against it was because he had he has a sister who is lesbian,
Oh.
and so he
So he
took
was
he took
he.
he came from a bit of a conservative family too.
Okay.
So, but he was he was like he was at the point where she's his sister. He's gotta love her no matter what.
So he
So
he
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 kind
he
of
was
had to.
following the bro code
So
basically.
yeah. So he was like, okay, she's my she's my sister. I have to love her no matter what.
Hmm.
And so even though he at, did not understand, you know, the whole gay and lesbian lifestyles, he couldn't wrap his head around it. And so, but he took actions to try to accept it,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Good on
And
him.
so, yeah, I think because of that whole experience of growing up with a lesbian sister is the
Mm-hmm.
reason why he left when the scouts were starting to go after gay, was starting to deny people from their
Yeah.
statuses in the scouts.
Mm-hmm.
And so I I think that's probably why he left.
That makes sense. Yeah. But yeah.
And
I
then
all.
yeah, and then but then after we moved here, I just didn't really have much of an interest in becoming a scout or anything because I had neighbors that I could hang
Mm-hmm.
out with practically whenever. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have to go. I didn't have to travel long ways with with my family taking me to scouts to hang out with my friends. I could just walk down the street and hang out with my friends now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah. I I definitely had a bit of a weird time growing up. I wasn't homeschooled, but at the same time, I wasn't really let out of the house a lot
yeah,
because of certain circumstances that happened. I guess I'm still trying to piece it all together, and I probably will never get the full story, especially now that like my father's dead and my mother is not.
I know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll never get the full story. It
7 years of after my you know to this day you know still wrapping around everything, trying to remember everything that I can remember what my dad shared with me or taught me because a lot of it didn't get recorded on it. Yeah,
yeah, I there was a time
we didn't
and
have camcorders growing up.
yeah.
So
Well, there was a time because I'd been homeless and stuff. There was a time where not too long ago, like a little over a year ago, um, I got pictures of my family and stuff finally, like my father and my mom and stuff like that. But the thing
right,
is that it had been so long since I had last seen them that
yeah.
their faces actually began to get fuzzy in my memory.
Oh,
And that is an actual thing that can happen. Like I grew up with them, like they were a constant presence in my life
yeah,
growing up, and the fact that their faces got fuzzy, it's a scary thought actually,
yeah. I mean,
because it had been so many years. Like you just your memory starts to fade, and
yeah.
that's
I mean,
that it it's actually kind of a terrifying concept, but it happens. Your memory actually decays over time.
yeah. I mean, in my top drawer, I still have like two photos.
Yep,
It's
there
me
he
as
is.
two photos
Nice.
I mean, of
Oh,
me as like, uh, yeah. I think one of them is like I'm still like 3 years old, and the other one I'm like 5.
well, you ended up getting off lucky though. If I remember in your teens and stuff, because your dad actually allowed you to have Playboys.
Yes. Yeah,
I was not so fortunate.
yeah. My dad. I think he obviously kind of knew that I was sneaking Playboys out of his stash. You
I
know,
think my father. I think I have a sneaking
but
suspicion my
here
father did too.
yes, but here's the thing. He actually accepted it. And he said, "Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Here are the ones from the '90s. Pick three and keep them."
Hey, there you go.
And so,
All right, that's bad. That's rad.
and I was 16 at the.
Yeah, like
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
and it's here's and so, which is why it's just like when we kind of had a conversation about this. How you get aroused with Playboys, but I hardly ever do,
mm-hmm.
and it's because of the fact of the matter is it's. I think it just has to do with the fact that my dad said, "Here, take my magazines." Yeah, it wasn't no
Yeah,
longer trying to sneak them, it was no longer a thrill of trying to sneak away and trying to get away with something. Because
yeah.
now he knew, and he
Mm-hmm.
gave me permission to have three of the magazines. And
There
then,
is
and
something
then
about
on
that.
top of
Yeah.
that, I would go to my barber,
Uh-huh.
and there would be Playboys
Oh God.
in the basket. And I'm like,
Nice.
okay, if if a Playboy magazines can be in a rack at a barber shop, at a family barber shop, then they're really not as risque as they've played out to be.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. When you're a
It's
kid,
artistic nudity. It's not porn.
yeah, but also when you're a kid, I gotta say this because I had this experience taken from my dad's stash. When you're a kid, there is a thrill that you get.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, this is gonna sound really fucking weird, but there have been times where I have had such close calls, like by the second almost, right?
Yeah.
Where I could hear them coming up the steps towards my room. They were on their way, like literally seconds away, and I still had to finish because it was like, oh yeah, I'm getting away with it, man. It is like the weirdest thing ever. like, like there's like this. It was just the weirdest thrill that I got from it. Like, yeah, I'm getting away with it. I'm being a bastardly son.
Yeah.
And like, and there was even times I didn't have time to clean up. The only thing I could do was just put my pants on and pray. Like that is how much time I would have. Like I could not clean up
Right.
at all. And so uh there was some pretty awkward moments and stuff. And like I'll never understand why my parents always wanted to have my door open when I'm doing that kind of shit. It's fucking weird. But
Yeah.
it was just like it's something I got off on and stuff. But I
I
think that when I was, I mean, and I'm backtracking and stuff, but like there was even a time still in my single digits, right?
yeah.
I feel like those times are special too because you didn't quite discover why,
Yeah.
but it was just it was special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Oh, yeah.
there was this time that we went to this event. I don't remember what the event was. All I remember was that there was a wedding happening in this giant room right next door to us, and I snuck into this wedding.
Yeah.
Like some kids dared me to do it too, so I snuck into this fucking wedding, and there was a bunch of people there, and they were partying and having a good time, and all I could think of is, could I find something like maybe I shouldn't see here? And this woman sees me, right? And she does the whole like come hither gesture towards me.
Yeah.
And at first I shook my head. So then she started like happily bouncing towards me. And I ran away. I ran away because I was suddenly scared. Like, what if I get caught? What if she tells my parents I'm not supposed to be here? you
Yeah.
know? And and then I tried to go back and my parents would not let me go. Like they did not let me out of their sight, and I'm sitting there like, like I was like miserable at that point because it's like, a lot of people don't want to admit this, but when you're a kid, you want something to happen, like deep
Right.
down. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like full on like, "Ugh," like nothing crazy, nothing crazy, but you want something to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and but also like I said, I ran away from the lady. Like you don't want to be scared doing it. Like
Right.
it's
No.
kind of it's kind of like I said, you know it's special. You have this intimate feeling. There's like no harm in it at all. Like you're not meaning any harm. All you want to do is just be close
Yeah.
and like touch and stuff like
There
that.
there was a I recently pulled up a story like yesterday on a on Reddit,
Uh-huh.
and it was about a guy saying today I fucked up or something like that, and it was his midnight. He was going to turn 25. So
Uh-huh.
for so for so for his experience, what he was going to do, what he was doing, was he was going to strip down naked, completely naked, lie on his bed, and just beat his meat until he climaxed at the stroke of midnight. Right? So,
That's a hell of a climax, dude.
yes, yes, but the sounds, but it was ruined because his mom came barging in at the stroke
no.
of midnight to wish him a happy birthday.
Oh
The
no.
25th.
Did he go over the edge at that moment?
No.
If he would have gotten off at that moment, it would have completed the scene. It'd be
Yes.
like, and cut.
But the thing was, is that he kept on adding on to the story later on. And he was like, oh, he was just like, I had no idea how awesome this story catched on. I'll have to find it for you and send you the link. Because one of the top comments on there was to be, should we be looking out for another comment on today I fucked up by barging in onto my son's 25th birthday.
This is why you don't just barge into somebody's room.
You don't barge into people's rooms.
No, I mean, if you're a parent, like especially if your kid is underage, you get a free pass just because you never know what your kid is up to. But at the same time, expect your kid to be up to some crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, expect them to be possibly jerking off or being butt ass naked. I've been caught butt ass naked more times than I care to admit.
Yeah.
And that having strict parents the way I did, especially like drunken father, all that stuff, that was a terrifying experience.
No,
Um,
no.
but it only added to like the thrill and stuff. Like it's fucked up because like I was afraid for my life of my father because he I think I told you he pointed a gun at my head when I was 10 years old. Fucker
Yeah.
was loaded, all that stuff. So it's like he puts the fear of God in you at that point. So for the rest of my childhood, I was scared shitless of him, and I was also in a way like fucking Evil Knievel, like oh he's coming up the steps. Oh, you know what I mean? It's
Gotta
like
finish.
yeah, I was like that guy from Clerks 2, like not fucking a donkey, like not actually doing that, just jerking off, but like it's like, oh shit, not again, gotta finish. Oh,
Yeah.
like like I was like that guy kind of
Yeah.
in a
In a
in a meta-
broad sense of it. Yeah.
in a broad metaphorical sense, yes. So I'd be pulling off these like dastardly stunts and stuff, and it wasn't even like because I was like attracted to like my parents at all or anything like that. It was just the thrill of like getting away with it and stuff. That's why when you told me the story about you in the church and how you did your thing and stuff, it's like, yeah. There is something about that. Like there's nothing wrong with having regular sex and stuff. But I think I will always have that part of me because I grew up with it. It's a part of me, at this point. Like I think
Yeah.
I'll always have that part of me that I'm not trying to be an exhibitionist. I'm just seeing how far I can get and get away with it.
Right.
That kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I've always loved scenarios like that. Like, like it's like, ooh, naughty. you know. Um,
Yeah,
it's
because keeping in the bedroom is boring.
yeah. Let's go to church.
Let's go.
Oh. No, seriously though, I haven't done that. I've done so. There's a few things I've done. Like, I've jerked off on the clock multiple times now. But then again, I work from home, so that's easy. But I'll admit, the first time I did it though, I was like, yeah, yeah. you know, like, oh man, I'm getting paid to do this. This is awesome. And then then there was a time where I used to work at Home Depot, and there was a guy who, I think he discovered me in like working one of the aisles and stuff.
Yeah.
And eventually it got to the point where we would go to the bathroom and he'd just give me a blowjob in the bathroom. And that was fucking awesome. you know? It, it him and I we started kind of an ongoing thing. It was just mostly sex, but unfortunately it tapered off. But at the time, like, it was fun.
Right.
It's like I got a thrill out of that and stuff. I'm trying to think if there were any other. Oh yeah, there was. I remember there was another time I was at a shared apartment complex, so there was only one bathroom and there were several apartments, and the woman I was with,
Yeah.
she was doing her makeup. She was the first woman I was ever with. I was 20 years old, so I was ready.
Right. Yeah.
And she's doing her makeup, and she's looking better and better. So I shut the door and lock it to the bathroom. There's people trying to come into the bathroom while I'm busy fucking her brains out in front of the mirror. Like, I'm just being a fucking asshole at this point. But it was like, oh, yeah, you don't know what I'm doing. And then when I was homeless and stuff, there's this girl I was with, and we ended up. This is gonna sound dirty as hell, but being homeless, you're dirty by default, so it doesn't even fucking matter, dude.
No.
And yeah, she was she wasn't supposed to be with me. Let me put it that way and stuff. Like,
Right.
and so we're in the porta potty and stuff, and we're doing it in there, and then somebody comes and knocks. And I'm, oh shit! Like, and those are some crazy times. But man, I could fuck for hours like that, and it was always outdoors too. It was like some of the best. It was literally some of the best sex I ever had.
Yeah.
And God, I miss it. Last time I've been with a woman, it was 2019. It was 4 years ago now. It's been 4 years, and I'm starving. Like,
Yeah.
in that department, I'm quite literally starved at this point. I, I haven't been with any guys in a very long time because I'm so starving for, like, female affection. It's stupid now. And I'm not even. When I say I'm I don't know if I'm desperate. That's the thing. I don't think so. I do have standards,
Yeah. Exactly.
and I mean, I really do. I do have standards. Like, there's been one woman that hit on me kind of recently, a few weeks ago and stuff, but she's a junkie, so that's
Oh,
out.
yeah. That's out.
That's out. Like, she could have a disease. No thanks. I mean, don't get me wrong. If she wasn't a junkie, I could tell by, like, the way she was dressed and the way she looked, without, like, the sunken features. If she got off the shit, she would have looked amazing, like stellar even. And the
Right.
drugs just ruined her. And I'm looking at her, and she's like coming up to me and talking to me and hitting on me, and I'm like, oh my god, this woman's actually talking to me. But at the same time,
I
No,
don't.
just can't do it. Like
No.
I cannot lower myself to that,
No.
and and it made me sad, you know, and so I guess that's why I'm talking about women so much today. is it, I'm starving, dude. This is not a cry for help, or maybe it is. Who knows? But it's at the forefront of my mind, so that's what I'm talking about now. I don't know about you, man, but yeah, I've like in my head, I'm just like I've thought about like maybe getting with the guy again and stuff, but because of the fact that I'm way more attracted to females, and I know that I'd be much happier probably with one, the right one, anyways.
Exactly.
I just can't go back to that, you know. I just can't do it. That and I think I have trouble. I think I have a lot of insecurities about my masculinity, and that comes from growing up too. Um,
Of
and
course.
and I'm working out and stuff, and I'm getting a little bit more secure about my masculinity, but I know I'm still a work in progress at this point.
Yeah. I mean,
Getting a license would Getting a license will probably help me so immensely. I'd probably be like up in the clouds for weeks, I'm sure, if I get a license. And I have been working on that. I've been driving and stuff, so
that's good.
fingers
That's great.
crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been driving. I haven't crashed yet. Hooray. um,
Oh,
you know,
you'll have an accident, no doubt. At some
really,
point.
at some point.
At some point in your life, you'll have a collision. At some
I mean,
point.
I pray that
I
I
would.
don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So I pray that I don't, but it's probably going to happen, and I'm probably going to be like, shit, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can tell you one thing. I'm paranoid on the road, too. Like, I'm not, like, driving fast or anything. I just, I'm trying to pay attention and stuff. And if I'm going to be in an accident, one, I don't want anybody to get hurt. And two, I don't want it to be my fault.
Yeah.
Like, that's the key right there. Survive and don't let it be my fault.
Exactly.
As long as that's the case, then I'm good. I'll probably get in an accident, but I don't want it to be my fault. um,
All right.
and but if I
You
can get a
want to blame
license,
you won't blame it on the deer that crossed the road.
stupid deer.
Stupid fucking deer.
Look, look at my headlights. Look at it. Look at it. Bam. Oh man, we just killed Bambi. What the fuck? Oh my god, it's so cute and innocent too. Oh my god, Morty. Morty, we just killed Bambi, Morty. You fucked hard. Nah,
Yeah.
that would make me sad. I don't wanna do that.
No. Exactly. That.
Yeah, but I think I
Yeah.
have I have a lot of insecurities and confidence issues, especially when it comes to like
Yeah. There was a.
sex and women and stuff.
Yeah. 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 There was a serious accident down the down on 101 down on the 101 that they
Uh-huh.
actually had to make a detour bypass. They had to completely shut down the highway in that section because I and the sheriff's department is not saying anything about what happened just yet because it's probably an ongoing investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So when the accident is bad when they shut down the highway.
Yeah, that is bad.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So
well, we'll see what happens. I just hope that my driving lessons don't fail me.
no,
Like, uh, Yeah, but seriously, if I get my license in a car, confidence boost plus 100. I can already tell
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Like confidence plus 100.
Yeah.
Now, if I had your dick size, confidence boost plus 1,000. Motherfucker. Actually, you don't have an excuse. Actually, you got the dick, you got the car, and the license and stuff like that. What's your excuse?
I don't have the money.
Oh, God,
I
dude.
need the income. That's the other thing is I need the income
Okay,
to. Yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
See, I would need the
well,
income to have a quiet place of my own, or or what, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
and
that makes sense.
and can actually afford to, spend a little bit here and a bit more here and there, and afford to actually go out and hang out at the bar, at the pubs or at the bar and do karaoke and stuff like that.
Well, yeah. See, that's another advantage that you have. I don't go to bars because drinking is not my scene. Drinking is more your scene. You
Well,
have that
here's the thing.
advantage.
I'm at a situation where drinking is not my total thing. You know,
No, it's not your total thing, but you can still feel comfortable in a bar.
yeah. I don't feel, I don't feel, you know, like I can go into multiple pubs. They know me, in several pubs, and they know that I'm not a heavy drinker.
Yeah.
They'll know that I only will drink like 1 to 2 pints max. So they have no issue with having me there. And
Hmm.
sometimes I don't even have a beer at all. Sometimes I'll
Yeah.
go there for the pub burger and a Pepsi or whatnot,
Hmm.
and because business is still business, and there's one less person that they have to worry about having to tell not to get in their car or having to
Exactly.
cut off.
Yeah.
You can let me do what I'm here for, and that's just relax, sing karaoke, and hang out with friends.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I'm
Hmm.
there for.
Perfect. Yeah, but you do have that advantage though. Like I have one bar that I go to, one singular, but
Yeah,
I don't drink there. I only ever have a water there when I go, and it's the Legion.
yeah.
And that's not really a scene where you can like, you know, no offense to the people here at all, but it's not really a place you can go to like meet anybody really. And they have some really nice people there, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, really nice people. But I think
it's not a quote singles bar. Yeah,
yeah, I think
it's not a yeah, it's not a bar where you go and meet
hmm
singles at.
yeah. Well, it's like
It's
I don't
just
know
a
where you would go to meet singles. Like everywhere you would go to. Here's another thing too. This is something I have an issue with. There's no places to like meet singles and stuff that are classy. Like you got your clubs, you got your bars. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, but they're not really. You meet some of the trashiest people there. You know,
yeah.
like,
That's and that's probably one of the things that's going to end up losing with the case of with the malls,
mm-hmm.
the depletion of malls and how they're becoming less and less of a go-to because
Yeah,
of because of buying things online and shit like that. Is that malls were a
yeah.
great thing for people after school go to the mall, go and hang out
Mm-hmm.
at the mall, and
Well,
and even here at this where where we live, there's no malls, so it starts like that. But
Yeah.
you know, but they try to, they're trying to make places where you know people can go and hang out at. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
there's a
I think.
pinball, there's a pinball arcade up north. And great guy though too.
Yeah.
The owner is awesome though.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, it's like, and the gym. I don't look at the gym as a place to meet like
no,
singles, really.
You don't meet singles at a gym.
Yeah. Like.
I don't care who you are or what you're doing. You don't. You go to the gym to work out,
Yeah.
and if you end up having a conversation with a gym bro or gym girl, then right,
Yeah.
then absolutely, fine. But you're not there to meet and mingle. You're there to
Mm-hmm. Workout like that, and
you're
that,
there to work out and
and the thing about the gym too. Now that I've been in the environment long enough, is that the gym can be really fucking cutthroat at times.
yeah.
Like, I got this one old guy. He's like in his 70s and stuff. And he used to be okay to talk to beforehand, but the last couple of times I've seen him, like, picture this, right? There's this other regular that comes to the pool because I go to swim my mile. That's
Yeah.
35. That's 35 laps back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this other regular, her name's Penny. She's already in the pool when I go in, right? I think she maybe does 25 laps. Like I don't remember honestly. She's already in the pool when I go in.
Yeah.
And I take the big lane because I gotta do the butterflies and those take up a lot of space. And if I were to
Mm-hmm.
go in the smaller lanes, I'd be whacking my hands against the sides, and that's no good for anybody.
No.
Because I don't want to end up bleeding out in the pool. You know what I mean? So I'm taking up the big lane and stuff, doing my butterflies. And here's the thing, I'm doing them fast. Like, so halfway through my workout, this old guy comes in, right? And he's a regular. He always uses the big lane, and he's always using it. He swims like very slowly backwards and stuff using it, and it's just. So, anyways, I see him come in, and so I start swimming faster. And I'm talking so fast that when I get out of the pool, my body is overheating, and I have cold water dripping off of me.
Yeah.
That's how fast I'm swimming. Like, that's not an exaggeration. I was overheating just getting out of the pool. Like, I was like, holy crap. So it's like 17 more laps and stuff. I do it as fast as I can. Penny is still in the pool
Mm-hmm.
when I get out. So she's still in it. And this old guy has the fucking nerve to like look at me and then shake his head at me for like the second time as I'm getting out. And it's just like, what the fuck did I ever do to you, you asshole? Like he was just being totally impatient. Like, yeah, he had to wait, but like, what the fuck?
Right.
This is the second time in a row he's done this. And it's actually starting to irritate me a little bit because it's like we all pay for the gym. We're all here to work out and do our best. And so it's just like I don't know what to tell you, man. And I wasn't even in the pool that long, too, because like I said, Penny was still in the pool by the time I got out.
Yeah.
So it's cutthroat sometimes at the gym is what I'm saying. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah. But
So it's not a place to be looking for. It's not a place to be looking for singles, that's for sure.
no.
Because you'll probably end up getting your ass kicked out.
Yeah. I don't think the gym was ever you know
I mean, for
meant to.
some it is, especially like if you're like a gay guy, then the steam room's the perfect place. No, for real. Like shit does go down in there in
Yeah.
the steam room. I do know that steam room and the sauna, every once in a while there'll be a couple guys fooling around in the 200-degree rooms, which, I mean, that's fine if they want to spend their energy in there. I think it's ludicrous, but okay.
Right.
It's literally 200 degrees in that room. I looked at the temperature one time. No, I don't think you want to. I don't think you can even get horny in that temperature. I don't know. What the hell?
Right.
So, but if you're a gay guy and stuff, then I guess that's perfect. But you know, if you're not, then so sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just not the environment, and you know, we're all there to work out, and we're all there just kind of to improve ourselves. We're not really there for anybody. Most people who are really there for a reason, they're not there for anybody else.
Yeah.
So, and when I go in, I even kind of have to be like, not, I wouldn't say cutthroat, but I have to be aggressive sometimes, you know? Like, hey, this is mine. So, you know, it's like when I'm done, you can have it, but not till I'm done.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Exactly.
So,
It's a.
or there was one person that came up, hey, can I share this lane? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Just watch out for my butterflies. And she's like, all right, I got it. And she was cool. You know,
Yeah.
and whenever I'd come up doing the butterflies, she would, you know, like get out of the way. So I appreciated that, you know what I mean? And we just continued our swim, and then I got out, she had the lane to herself, and all was well.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um,
It's yeah. It's where you come up with mutual agreements, like
mhm.
you know.
But yeah, like you know, sometimes you got to make compromises, like when you're there and stuff. Especially if there's not enough room, you know, you gotta work together and you know work with each other a little bit. And you don't have to know the person or even have a conversation. You just got to have an understanding.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're done, and you let the next person take it or whatever, and you move on with your day.
All right. Exactly.
And you know, if you feel like having a massive orgy, you just go into the steam room and you have a massive orgy. It's just how things go, man. You gotta do it, man.
Just gotta do it. Just gonna.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that last part.
Yeah.
I'm not being serious about that at all. You just gotta do it, man. You gotta get all the venereal diseases you can. You gotta catch them all.
Just like Pokemons.
You gotta get the Pokemans. Ah. It's like, do I know this person? Do I even know their name? Have I ever met them before? No, no, and no. Perfect. Let's do it. Oh yeah, I'm getting away with it. No, you have AIDS. You're not getting away with shit, man.
No.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm happy to say that I am 50% VD free. I'm kidding about that. I am 50% clean, and I intend to keep it that way. Ew, gross. Well, I think we've. Oh shit. We've been talking on this for almost 2 hours. I'm sorry.
We need to set a timer or something.
We do. Thing is, we only talk like once a week too, so it's kind of nice just to get that little bit of time.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I guess we're gonna wrap up this random episode of me talking in desperation about women. Oh God, please have sex with me. I'm begging you. I'll do anything.
But I won't do that.
The Dark Lord is here. Let me. It's like, I promise I'll dress in that full body pink suit, roll some cheese balls on the McDonald's floor, and scream the Dark Lord is here. Just let me have sex with you. Just the tip. I'll even pull out at the end. All right. all joking aside, I think this is a good stopping point.
I
So,
don't. Yeah,
huh?
right.
All right. Well, this has actually been a great podcast, in my opinion. You're probably weirded out, but in my opinion, it's been great.
Yes, we got to talk. Yes. Oh, about so much about TV and
Oh yes,
and game and what shows we shouldn't watch, but we did anyways.
yes. Hey, I highly recommend for anybody. It's like, if you have a kid, just sit down with them and watch Alabama Jones and the Busty Crusade. What could go wrong? I mean, it's just a bunch of girls dancing around a bonfire. Sans clothing, but still.
Still.
I'm just kidding. Oh, man.
Oh, right.
All right, well, it's been good talking to you, Oscar.
Absolutely, Norman.
All right,
All right.
well, you have yourself a good week, and we'll talk more next week.
And
Maybe
I'll
we'll
hopefully
actually.
have and I'll hopefully have this mic working.
Oh yeah, the current R&D
The
project.
R&D with the sound bar and everything. Soundboard.
If if you do get it working, can you please put the two Eric Andre sounds I mentioned? You know
Yes,
the clapping and then the yes.
yes, I will look up online to see how I can modify it and change some of the settings.
Perfect, dude. That'd be awesome. I don't know. Just Eric Andre has like the best sounds for each show. Just there's like no passion in that clapping at all. All right.
All
Well,
right.
you take care, man.
Yep.